Have you ever noticed strange bumps or rashes on your skin and wondered if they could be something more serious? It's easy to overlook small changes in our bodies, but what if these signs were early warnings of something as serious as cancer? In today's video, we're going to dive deep into 3 skin conditions that may indicate a risk of cancer, and why you should never ignore them. We'll explore the surprising connection between hives, shingles, and skin metastasis, and how they can sometimes signal underlying health issues, including cancer. As we go through these skin changes, I'll explain why certain conditions like hives can increase your cancer risk by an astonishing 4,900%, how shingles may double your chances of developing blood cancer, and the importance of recognizing skin metastasis, a symptom where internal cancers spread to the skin. But don't worry, just because you experience one of these symptoms doesn't mean you have cancer. Knowledge is power, and by the end of this video, you'll understand what to look for, when to seek medical advice, and how to distinguish between a harmless skin issue and something potentially life-threatening. Stay with me until the end for a detailed breakdown of how to recognize the signs, what to do next, and the key differences between cancer-related skin lesions and more common, less concerning skin issues. Don't miss out on this vital health information. Watch until the end to protect yourself and your loved ones. If you are not subscribed, I recommend subscribing and activating the notification bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support means a lot to me, and if you enjoyed this video, you can help me continue spreading the valuable lessons by liking and sharing it. If you like the topic of this video, please comment 1. If you don't, please comment 0 to let me know how I can improve and make better videos for you. Now, let's begin. Skin bumps that may indicate cancer. 1. Hives, hitomashi. Hives, known as hitomashi in Japanese, are one of those mysterious conditions that most of us experience at some point in our lives. They appear suddenly as red, itchy rashes on the skin and often vanish just as quickly, within a few hours or a day. For many, they're nothing more than a fleeting inconvenience, often caused by something as simple as eating a particular food, taking a certain medication, or exposure to allergens like pollen or animal dander. In some cases, external factors such as temperature changes or emotional stress can also trigger these outbreaks, showing how sensitive and interconnected our bodies are to the environment and our mental state. At first glance, hives may seem like a harmless reaction, easily dismissed as a minor allergic response. But what if I told you that hives might carry a far deeper, more alarming implication? This is where things take a surprising and unsettling turn. According to an eye-opening study published in June 2023, researchers discovered an extraordinary link between hives and cancer. The findings are both fascinating and concerning. Individuals diagnosed with hives were shown to have a significantly higher risk of developing cancer compared to those who had never experienced hives. Let's break this down. Within just 1 year of being diagnosed with hives, the risk of developing cancer skyrocketed by an astonishing 4,900%, a nearly 49-fold increase. Think about that for a moment. For something as seemingly innocuous as hives to be tied to such a staggering rise in cancer risk is not only surprising but also a stark reminder of how complex and interconnected our bodies truly are. But the revelations don't end there. The study found that even several years after the initial diagnosis of hives, the risk of developing cancer continued to climb, increasing by 6% every single year. What's particularly noteworthy is the heightened risk for certain types of cancer, especially blood cancers like lymphoma. Here, the odds were found to be 3 times higher than average. It's as though hives, while on the surface appearing to be a temporary skin condition, could serve as an early warning sign for a much more significant health issue. I don't know about you, but when I first read about this, my initial reaction was a mix of shock and disbelief. How could something so common, a condition that most of us have experienced at least once, be linked to something as serious as cancer? It's almost counterintuitive. But as I sat with this information, I began to realize the importance of paying closer attention to what our bodies are trying to tell us. The human body is a marvel of complexity, and often, it communicates in whispers rather than shouts. Symptoms like hives, persistent fatigue, or unusual changes in our bodies might be those whispers. But how often do we actually listen? If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 1 below to let me know that you are still here with me. Now, before fear sets in, let's clarify one critical point. Experiencing hives does not mean you will develop cancer. The vast majority of people who get hives will never face such a diagnosis. However, for those who deal with persistent or unexplained hives that seem to resist treatment, this study serves as a wake-up call to take such symptoms seriously. It's not about inducing panic, but rather encouraging mindfulness and vigilance about our health. Imagine this. You've been dealing with hives on and off for weeks or even months. Maybe you've chalked it up to stress, a change in weather, or a minor allergy you've yet to identify. You might even think it's not worth mentioning to your doctor because it feels so trivial. But what if those hives were your body's way of signaling something deeper? This is where consulting a medical professional becomes not just an option but a priority. By discussing your symptoms with a doctor, you open the door to better understanding your body and possibly catching a serious issue early, when it's most treatable. The emotional aspect of this cannot be understated. It's easy to feel a sense of dread when faced with the possibility that something as simple as hives could be connected to cancer. I've personally felt that knot in my stomach when reading about health risks, wondering if I've ignored signs my body has tried to show me. But instead of letting fear take over, I choose to see this as an opportunity, a chance to be more proactive and attuned to my health. Because when you think about it, isn't it empowering to know that by paying attention to small symptoms, we might be able to prevent bigger problems down the line? In the end, this isn't a call to panic, but a gentle reminder of the incredible value of self-awareness. Your health is your most precious asset, and taking care of it is not just an act of self-love, but also a gift to the people who care about you. So, if you or someone you know is dealing with persistent hives, don't hesitate to seek medical advice. It might turn out to be nothing more than a harmless irritation, but if it's something more, catching it early could make all the difference. Let's learn to listen to our bodies, to respect the signals they give us, and to act with courage and care. Because at the end of the day, our health isn't just about the absence of disease, it's about living a life of vitality, awareness, and peace. So, take that step, consult your doctor if you're unsure, and above all, remember that being informed is the first step to staying healthy. 2. Shingles, Taijohoshin. Shingles, known as Taijohoshin in Japanese, is not just another skin condition. It is a relentless adversary that can cause unbearable pain and long-term health concerns. At its core, shingles are characterized by fluid-filled blisters and agonizingly painful rashes that appear on the skin, often localized in a specific area. But the story of shingles runs far deeper than just what appears on the surface. The disease is a reactivation of the varicella-zoster virus, the same virus that causes chickenpox. What many people don't realize is that after chickenpox resolves, the virus doesn't simply leave the body. It lingers, hidden and dormant in nerve cells, often for decades. The reawakening of this virus into shingles is often triggered when the body's defenses falter. This happens most frequently in individuals with weakened immune systems, such as older adults or those under significant stress. Imagine carrying a silent passenger within your body for years, only to have it resurface when you're already vulnerable, when your immune system is no longer strong enough to keep it in check. This is the cruel nature of shingles. It strikes when you least expect it and when you are least prepared. The devastating effects of shingles. The pain caused by shingles is often described as burning, stabbing, or throbbing. Symptoms that can persist long after the rash has healed, a condition known as postherpetic neuralgia. For some, this lingering pain can last for months or even years, making daily activities unbearable. But shingles don't just stop at physical pain. It also exacts a heavy emotional and psychological toll. The constant discomfort, paired with the fear of complications, can leave individuals feeling isolated, frustrated, and exhausted. Even more alarming is the relationship between shingles and other serious illnesses. Research has shown that shingles are not just a standalone condition. It's often a sign of underlying or impending health issues. A weakened immune system, which allows the shingles virus to reactivate, can also leave the body vulnerable to other diseases, including cancer. A chilling connection to cancer. One of the most terrifying aspects of shingles is its association with cancer. Studies have revealed a striking pattern. People diagnosed with shingles have a significantly higher risk of developing cancer shortly after. A 2019 study found that individuals who suffered from shingles had twice the likelihood of being diagnosed with blood cancers, such as leukemia and lymphoma, within 1 to 2 years. For younger individuals, the risk is even more harrowing. According to research conducted in the UK, young adults who had shingles faced a 6.6 times higher risk of developing cancer later on. The numbers don't lie, and they are deeply unsettling. On average, individuals diagnosed with shingles are diagnosed with cancer roughly 2 years later. It's as though shingles serve as a grim messenger, signaling that something much more serious might be unfolding within the body. These findings are not just statistics, they're life-changing revelations that demand attention. The burden on men. The connection between shingles and cancer becomes even more devastating when gender is factored in. For men, the implications are especially concerning. Research focusing on Asian populations found that men diagnosed with shingles had an increased risk of prostate cancer. Imagine the emotional weight of not only enduring the searing pain of shingles but also facing the possibility of such a serious diagnosis. It's a cruel double blow that no one should have to bear. Shingles, a call to action. What makes shingles particularly heart-wrenching is the timing. It most commonly affects people over the age of 50, a stage of life when many are already navigating age-related health challenges. The pain, the stigma of visible rashes, and the lingering neuralgia can feel like an attack on dignity and quality of life. For caregivers and loved ones, witnessing someone endure shingles can be equally agonizing, as they feel helpless to ease the physical and emotional suffering. But shingles is not just a disease of pain, it's a disease of warning. It's a reminder that our immune systems are not invincible and that chronic stress and poor health habits can weaken our defenses. The presence of shingles should prompt a deeper evaluation of overall health, especially in older adults. Are we managing stress effectively? Are we nourishing our bodies with proper nutrition and exercise? Are we seeking regular medical checkups? These are questions we must ask ourselves to prevent the reactivation of this dormant virus. A reminder to protect our health. In a world where we often take our health for granted, shingles stand as a stark reminder of the delicate balance within our bodies. It tells us that our past, in this case, a childhood bout of chickenpox, can come back to haunt us if we neglect our health. For anyone over 50, or anyone experiencing chronic stress, shingles is a call to action. Strengthening the immune system through a healthy diet, regular exercise, and stress management isn't just about preventing shingles. It's about living a better, more resilient life. Shingles is a deeply emotional and physical experience for those who endure it. The pain is not just skin deep. It runs through the nerves and into the soul, impacting mental well-being and quality of life. And when shingles are linked to something as serious as cancer, it becomes a glaring signal that something deeper needs attention. Let this be a wake-up call. Prioritize your health, not just to avoid shingles but to safeguard your future. Listen to your body, nurture your immune system, and take the steps necessary to protect yourself and your loved ones. Shingles is not just a rash, it's a plea for vigilance, a warning that demands to be heard. 3. Skin metastasis of cancer. Skin metastasis of cancer is a daunting and often overlooked phenomenon, where internal cancers begin to spread to the skin. While it's not a particularly frequent occurrence, it is an incredibly important sign that should never be ignored, as it may be the body's desperate cry for help. This type of cancer spread serves as a stark reminder that our bodies are intricately connected, and something that starts deep inside may eventually manifest on the skin. Imagine walking through life, feeling fine on the outside, yet carrying the weight of an internal battle that's silently brewing within. It's a terrifying thought, but it's a reality many face. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 2 below to let me know that you are still here with me. So, what types of cancers are known to spread to the skin? The most common offender is breast cancer, which has been found to metastasize to the skin in some cases. But it doesn't stop there. Other cancers, such as lung cancer, kidney cancer, and even melanoma, can also find their way to the skin as a final stage of spread. These cancers don't just appear out of nowhere. They're often a result of the cancerous cells growing unchecked, finding new paths to invade healthy tissues. The characteristics of skin metastasis are alarming and can be a deeply unsettling sight. These are not just superficial skin irritations. They are hard, raised bumps or nodules that often have an eerie, almost warning-like presence. They may begin to bleed easily or appear as open sores, which can be distressing to encounter. The texture of these bumps is usually firm, unlike the soft, benign growths that most people are accustomed to seeing. These nodules don't simply disappear or heal on their own. They often persist, growing larger and sometimes spreading to other areas of the body. If left untreated, they can worsen, becoming more invasive, and potentially signaling the cancer's further spread throughout the body. The emotional toll of seeing such signs is unimaginable, yet they are a crucial part of the puzzle in diagnosing an underlying malignancy. Studies have shown that skin metastasis is present in about 10% of individuals who have passed away from cancer. This percentage might seem small, but it is significant because it means that in many cases, the skin becomes the physical representation of an unseen and often ignored battle happening internally. This makes skin changes a potential clue to detecting cancer at an earlier stage, when it may still be treatable. These signs on the skin could very well be a life-saving indicator if caught early enough. What's heartbreaking, though, is how easily these symptoms can be overlooked. We live in a world where it's all too easy to dismiss things as mere irritations or small inconveniences. A bump on the skin, a small cut, or a spot that doesn't heal right away might seem like nothing more than a minor issue. But these seemingly small changes can be a significant clue that something is wrong inside. The truth is that when cancer metastasizes to the skin, it's often an indication that the disease has already progressed to a more advanced stage, making early detection that much more crucial. When we look at how cancer affects people, it's important to remember that not every cancer patient will show these external signs, and not all skin changes are caused by metastasis. However, it's essential not to dismiss these symptoms when they arise, as they may be the key to early detection. Understanding the significance of changes in your skin can mean the difference between life and death. The psychological impact of skin metastasis can be profound, especially when one begins to see these alarming changes in the mirror. People often associate changes in their appearance with illness, and in the case of cancer, this connection can be overwhelming. The fear that grips someone when they notice unexplained lumps or bleeding on their skin can be hard to bear. But there's something incredibly empowering about taking action and seeking help. Ignoring the signs, no matter how unsettling, only allows the disease to continue its destructive course. On a personal level, it's essential to reflect on our health journeys. We must acknowledge how easy it is to ignore the early signs of something serious, thinking that it's just a temporary issue or a sign of aging. It's understandable. No one wants to believe that their body is betraying them. But being proactive about our health is one of the most loving and responsible things we can do for ourselves and our loved ones. The courage it takes to seek medical advice, even when it's uncomfortable, can lead to a much more positive outcome in the long run. So, what should we do if we notice these changes in our skin? First and foremost, we must listen to our bodies. If you notice any unusual lumps, bumps, or areas of bleeding that don't seem to heal, it's crucial to get them checked by a healthcare professional. Early detection is the key to fighting cancer, and the sooner you act, the more options you may have for treatment. Don't wait until the situation becomes more complicated. Trust your intuition, and seek help if something doesn't feel right. The emotional weight of a cancer diagnosis is heavy enough, but to face it without having paid attention to these small, early signs can be an even greater burden. It's heart-wrenching to think that something so simple as a small bump on the skin could have been an early warning sign. But we have the power to make sure that we don't let these opportunities slip through our fingers. Our skin, while it may seem like a superficial part of us, is a window into our health and our well-being. Let's also remember that, while the thought of cancer can be terrifying, not all bumps or skin changes are cancerous. Many are benign and easily treatable. But when it comes to our health, it's always better to be cautious than to regret not taking action sooner. The peace of mind that comes from seeking medical advice and knowing for sure is invaluable. Don't let fear dictate your actions. Be proactive, stay informed, and take control of your health. In doing so, you empower yourself and others to face life's challenges with strength and confidence. Distinguishing cancer-related skin lesions from general skin lesions. When it comes to distinguishing cancer-related skin lesions from general skin conditions, the topic can feel overwhelming and, at times, terrifying. It's natural to feel concerned if you've recently noticed unusual changes in your skin. Perhaps you've developed bumps, rashes, or discoloration, and the thought of whether these could be signs of something serious, like cancer, might be keeping you awake at night. This kind of fear is not uncommon, but before you let your anxiety spiral, let me reassure you that most skin changes are harmless and manageable with proper care. If you're watching this video, it means you're already taking a significant step toward protecting your health. The fact that you're here, seeking knowledge and guidance, speaks volumes about your awareness and commitment to staying healthy. That, in itself, is a major advantage because early detection and attention to bodily changes are often the keys to preventing small issues from escalating into larger problems. So, take a deep breath. You're doing exactly what you should be doing right now, staying informed. As we've discussed today, there are 3 key symptoms we've highlighted that may be linked to cancer. However, it's important to emphasize that the presence of these symptoms does not guarantee you have cancer. Many skin conditions mimic each other, and often, what looks like a red flag could turn out to be entirely benign. What matters most is how you respond to these signs. Staying vigilant without falling into the trap of constant worry is crucial. Remember, stress can have its adverse effects on your overall health. Instead, focus on monitoring your symptoms, observing any patterns, and consulting a healthcare professional when necessary. Now, let's dive deeper into the 3 major factors that can help you differentiate cancer-related skin lesions from more general skin issues. Knowing these distinctions could not only provide you peace of mind, but also empower you to take timely action if needed. 1. Persistence. The red flag of stubborn lesions. One of the clearest indicators of a potentially cancer-related skin lesion is its persistence. These lesions tend to linger far longer than general skin conditions. For example, while a typical rash or pimple may resolve within a week or 2, cancer-related lesions are often stubborn and refuse to heal, even with proper treatment. They might even appear to improve temporarily, only to relapse shortly after. Think about this. Have you ever dealt with a general skin condition like an allergic reaction or acne? These conditions typically improve with over-the-counter treatments or basic hygiene practices. In contrast, cancer-related lesions can remain unchanged for weeks, months, or even years. In some cases, they may worsen progressively or develop new, more alarming symptoms over time, such as changes in size, color, or texture. If you notice a lesion that simply doesn't go away, or comes back after treatment, it's time to see a doctor. Persistence is a key differentiator and should never be ignored. 2. Localization. Where it appears matters. Another crucial difference lies in the location and pattern of the lesions. Cancer-related skin lesions often appear in specific areas and exhibit unique patterns. For instance, they may form hard lumps in localized spots or occur only on one side of the body. This asymmetry is a hallmark feature of many cancer-related skin conditions. On the other hand, general skin conditions like hives, eczema, or contact dermatitis tend to spread more widely. These conditions often cover large areas of the body and can appear symmetrically. For example, an allergic reaction might manifest as a widespread rash that's evenly distributed across your arms, chest, or back. However, if a lesion appears confined to one particular area, especially if it's firm, raised, or growing, it could be more concerning. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 3 below to let me know that you are still here with me. Additionally, pay attention to whether the lesion seems fixed or immovable. Cancer-related lesions often feel rooted beneath the skin, as opposed to general skin issues, which may feel superficial or easy to move around. 3. Systemic symptoms. The bigger picture. Perhaps the most telling sign of a cancer-related skin lesion is its association with systemic symptoms. This means that the issue isn't confined to your skin alone, but is part of a larger pattern affecting your entire body. For example, you might notice accompanying symptoms such as unexplained fever, sudden and significant weight loss, night sweats, or persistent fatigue. These symptoms often indicate that the body is fighting something serious, like cancer. General skin lesions, on the other hand, are typically limited to the skin. Conditions like acne, eczema, or mild allergic reactions rarely come with systemic symptoms. While severe allergic reactions, anaphylaxis, can cause whole body symptoms, they are usually immediate and short-lived, unlike the persistent systemic symptoms associated with cancer. This is why it's important to consider the full picture. If a skin lesion is accompanied by other unexplained health issues, it's crucial to seek medical advice immediately. Your body is like a puzzle, and these symptoms are the pieces that help complete the picture. Why you should always consult a doctor. While these distinctions can be incredibly helpful, it's vital to remember that everyone's body reacts differently. What might be a harmless rash for one person could be a sign of something more serious for someone else. This is why self-diagnosis can be dangerous. If you're unsure, don't hesitate to consult a doctor. A healthcare professional can perform the necessary tests, provide clarity, and ensure you're on the right path, whether that means reassurance or further investigation. Taking action early can be life-changing. Many skin cancers, such as melanoma, are highly treatable if caught early. So, listen to your body and don't ignore what it's trying to tell you. Being proactive about your health is one of the most loving things you can do for yourself. Thank you for staying with me through this important discussion. I hope you've gained valuable insights into how to distinguish cancer-related skin lesions from general skin conditions. Now, I'd love to hear from you. What's one thing you've learned today that stood out to you? Is there a tip or piece of advice that you plan to put into practice in your life? Please share your thoughts in the comments below. Your input could help inspire or guide someone else watching this video. If you found this information helpful, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more videos like this. Your support helps us continue to create content that empowers and educates. Thank you for watching, and take care of your health. It's your greatest treasure.